What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are going to be talking about Falcia. It will be on the test server in a moment, but first I want to look at the in-game notice and go through exactly what they have said about her herself, and then we'll switch to the test server to do an actual test with her on her damage and how she kind of works. So let's have a look through the actual notice itself. So if we go into guides, we get Hero Guides collection here. There is a complete guide here and a complete guide here, which I think takes us to the web browser. And then we have Hero Gameplay for Falcia, which is showing her. She does look really cool, doesn't she? She's got great art on that. Hero features, stage performance, recommended gear, recommended artifact. Falcia is a versatile fighter capable of dealing normal damage, magic damage, and true damage. So, like, she can hit all types of enemies, which is nice, right? Like, so the normal damage and magic damage combined, it doesn't matter what she's up against, she's always going to be dealing damage. True damage, though, I don't believe true damage crits. I don't believe it crits. If I'm wrong about that, then please shoot me. But I don't believe it crits. From what I've seen on the numbers, I mean, considering the amount of extra attack, true damage, because it does ignore all defense, etc., I don't believe it crits. I don't. Making her effective against monsters and various armor types with her short attack interval and a significant damage increase from her passive demon slaying stance, she excels in delivering frequent burst damage in guild boss fights, arena single target DPS challenge, and other raids. It's not very specific, okay? It's not very specific. But, again, the guild boss fights is what everyone's talking about. And that's what we're going to showcase in the video. Multi-strike attack. Falcia's ability to deal multiple normal damage and magic damage when her ultimate is activated, coupled with her short skill cooldown and potent passive damage increases, allows her to unleash extremely high burst damage in a short duration. Specialized attack speed. By increasing the attack speed attribute, Falcia's attack interval can be shortened, resulting in an extraordinary damage frequency. These are big words, okay? Mixed damage. Falcia's basic attack and ultimate can deal normal damage, magic damage, and true damage simultaneously, overpowering monsters regardless of their armor type. Now, this is very nice, that mixed damage kind of hybrid attack that she has. Stage performance, guild boss. Thanks to her short ultimate skill cooldown, Falcia can deal a series of mixed damage on guild bosses in the blink of an eye. However, we don't really need the mixed damage against the guild boss. Activating her demon slaying stance gives her a considerable damage increase. Furthermore, her awakened 1 allows her to gain a shield based on her attack speed, allowing her to deal high damage while ensuring survivability without relying on the Lord of Northerners or shield healers. Yeah, okay, that is very true about the awakened 1. We will go through awakens, etc. in the test server. When Falcia enters the battlefield, she can activate her demon slaying stance, dealing extensive true damage with her basic attack and ultimate, and a specialized attack speed can make her enter demon slaying stance more quickly, ensuring seamless coverage for the whole battle. So attack speed is going to be important on Falcia. Artifact raid. Falcia can activate demon slaying stance immediately upon entering the battlefield, dealing multiple true damage. Coupled with her short attack interval and damage increase, she can drastically debilitate the enemy with high single target burst damage quickly. Yeah, I can imagine her being quite useful in artifact raid actually, because as soon as she enters the battle, she does have demon slaying. Arena. In the arena single target DPS challenge, Falcia's mixed damage from basic attack and ultimate, coupled with additional true damage, enables her to deliver devastating attacks. Recommended gear is pretty accurate. Warlord, Ageless Wrath for higher end, lower end. You want a Whirlwind or Annihilating Might or Fracture as well for the 3-piece set. Top priority attributes. It does say, I don't know why attack speed is highlighted like this. Like, is it recommending attack speed the most? Bangle, crit damage, crit rate, attack speed, attack bonus. These are your basic stats that you would want on any attacking hero, okay? But the best stat to really go for is attack bonus and have these as your sub-stats. Okay, that's probably the best way because you gain so much more from the attack. Secondary attributes, attack speed, attack bonus, crit damage, crit rate, yeah. Falcia's ability to offer both substantial damage boosts and numerous mixed damage attacks makes the Warlord and Aegis Wrath sets a superb choice. The Annihilating Might and Fracture sets offer generous burst damage increase, while the Whirlwind set helps elevate Falcia's specialized attack speed effect. You can choose according to the specific attributes. Increased Falcia's attack speed to diminish her attack interval even further. That enables quicker access to Demon Slaying stance and its damage increase, allowing for a massive shrewd damage output. Increasing Falcia's attack speed will catapult her damage potential in single target raids, such as Guild Boss. The recommended artifacts are Crystal of Vileness and Scarlet Hunt. However, if you wanted to use Scarlet Hunt, you would need to have someone dealing bleed on your team, and well, you will be using that in Guild Boss anyway. Okay, so we're on to the test server now. This is the test server, okay? This is the current build we have on Falcia, but we're going to go through everything like we normally do first. So she is a Northerner hero. She is obviously attack. We're going to go through her promotions first, then her skills, then her awakens, then her gear. So promotion 1, we get Demon Slayer's Might, which we'll talk about in skills. Promotion 2, we get a new talent enhanced. After performing basic attack 20 times, gains Demon Slaying stance that lasts for 20 seconds. Additionally gains specialized attack speed, provides a greater reduction in attack interval based on the attack speed attribute. Promotion 3, we get Adrenaline Rush. Promotion 4, basic attributes enhanced. Promotion 5, we get a further enhanced. What was that? It was 25 seconds. What was it before? 20? Yeah, okay, so it's enhanced on the time there, along with more attributes enhanced. And at 6, we get the attributes enhanced further. So let's have a look at her skills quickly. So again, we have got this. We know about this. What is Demon Slaying stance? She will enter the battle with this instantly. Basic attack will deal an extra 160% true damage. Shadow Slash will deal 260% true damage 5 extra times. Shadow Slash is her ultimate. Okay, so she's in Demon Slaying stance, and you activate Shadow Slash, she will trigger it 5 more times alongside these. So she deals 5 times with normal, 5 times with magic, and then she'll deal 5 times with true damage at 260%. So her basic attack here deals 95% normal damage and 95% magic damage. However, when she is in Demon Slaying, she deals 160% true damage as well. Okay, so it's it's nearly double, not quite, but it's not far from it. 20% odd. Demon Slayer's Might, her passive, when the hero is in Demon Slaying stance, increases damage by 50%. When the hero is shielded, increases damage by an extra 20%. So this as well is a very big point to make. A very big point to make. Because she does self-shield, which is going to increase her damage by 20%. It is going to. And obviously, Demon Slayer, we can get into it every 20 attacks, or when we enter battle, we get 35 seconds when she's deployed, sorry. Her ultimate deals 160% normal damage 5 times, 160% magic damage 5 times to one enemy. Also, don't forget, this is upgraded currently, and we will get, how much is it? Is it 260% true damage 5 times if this is activated when she has Demon Slaying stance. How can we know when she has Demon Slaying stance? I don't think I've quite seen it in battle. Like, she doesn't seem to... It would be nice if they put like a little icon above her head just to say, hey, I'm in Demon Slaying stance. You can activate the ultimate. Because that could be tricky to judge when that is, 20 times. 20 basic attacks, which isn't much, okay? Her Awakens. Now, Awaken 1 with the shield, okay, that she self-buffs. So she gains a shield strength of 2000% attack speed upon entering Demon Slaying stance. Lasts for 10 seconds. Don't forget, this will give you a 20% damage boost. And don't forget, you can also shield her from other allies as well, such as Vortex, for example. So that she can get that 20% damage boost, which will be quite viable. 20% is no joke. That's a pure damage increase, okay, on her total damage. Awaken 2, we get attack plus 5%. Awaken 3, when the hero is in Demon Slaying stance, reduces attack interval by a further 20%. This is very nice, okay? This is very nice. A 20% off exactly what it is. But if you're attacking every second anyway, it's only going to be 0.2 seconds, right? So we need to think about that as well. Meaning it's not actually that huge, but it kind of is. It kind of is. It kind of is, isn't it? I mean, it's more attacks, it's faster getting to it. Awaken 4, we get crit rate plus 8%. Awaken 5, when the hero is in Demon Slaying stance, she becomes immune to death when receiving fatal damage. However, once the effect ends, she will instantly die. I'm not too hyped on her Awaken 5, although it does last a long time, Demon Slaying. Is it 35 seconds? So she's got 35 seconds if she's nuked from that point of survival. Then she'll die as well after. So there probably will be a few things you can use that for. There will be a few things you can use that for if we think of like Decimus Cheese kind of thing. Awaken 1 is her biggest one in my opinion. Awaken 3 is kind of nice. I mean, yeah, extra 5% attack rate because she does have a low base. The crit rate plus 8%. But, you know, the Awaken 1 is probably a must if you're going to be running Falcia. She is Awaken 0 at the moment, and we are going to throw her into battle at Awaken 0, and then what we'll do is we'll throw it into battle at Awaken 3. Okay, I'm not going to put her up to Awaken 5. It's not much of a damage increase. There's only a crit rate % there. Her gear, currently, she is in Ageless Wrath set. Crit damage plus 30%, crit damage plus 1% after making a crit hit, stacking up to 30 times. And she is in the Warlord set as well. Attack plus 25%, attack speed plus 30. She does have a huge amount of attack extra. Okay, now my thinking behind this is, if true damage doesn't crit, which true damage never crits in any other game, and I don't seem to see it critting because it's doing about the same as the other damage that is critting. So attack seems to be more viable than, say, crit damage, potentially. Attack speed is vital. And of course, crit rate. So your main stats to go for are attack speed, crit rate, and probably then crit damage. But I may not be completely right on that, okay? So don't just take my word for it. Test it. You're probably going to say, well, why don't you test it, Carzak? Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, chill out. So attributes profile. Currently, oh, look at this. I didn't realize there's 1 second. Okay, so it's a 1 second attack interval. And we used that as an example, didn't we, for the Awaken 3, which we'll check in a bit. We'll check that in a bit. So she is attacking every 1 second. So every 20 seconds, she's going to be entering a Demon Slaying, right? Or so we hope. Artifact, I haven't equipped an artifact for this test because we are going to be putting her up against Valeriya. Just as the reason why I'm putting her against Valeriya is because Valeriya is amazing in Guild Boss. She is also a fighter. You know, kind of similar in that sense. And she can, you know, she is part of that meta for Guild Boss. I'm not going to say anything. We need to test first. But she hasn't got an artifact on either, okay? Now, just so you know, on the gear of my Valeriya, okay, this Valeriya is not, like, amazingly equipped. She is, however, A5, yes, and Falcia is only A0 for now, which will change to A3 when we run the second test. But as you can see, she does have a base of 6,480 attack, whereas Falcia has 4,564 base attack, which is probably why they're trying to push people to go more towards crit damage, because you get a better increase on it. If we think about it, it's harder to increase the attack on this from a lower base rate. 4,500, she has an extra 13,365. 6,480, she has a further 11,000. However, she doesn't have 3 attack bonus pieces. She only has the 1. So that's why that is. If we look at it, I mean, she isn't an amazing gear. You can see it's not amazing gear. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there is one nice piece, which is this one here. That is a nice piece. But she has got 100% crit rate. She's got way over the odds, actually. She's 152% extra crit damage. And again, she is at 11,000 extra attack. Her attack speed is 203, so her attack interval is 1.6 seconds. Yes, I know she's A5 currently. She doesn't have an artifact on. But I want to pit her against Falcia to see how they pair. And it's just going to be in Nightmare 3. And it's just going to be those two with 3 other healers in the battle with them. 3 other healers in the battle with them. So let's go and have a little look at what's going to happen with Falcia at A0 for now. We click fight, obviously. Now, I might take Lyre out and throw in... Do we throw in Vortex? Because I don't want Lyre boosting the damage. We have a Dolores there. Actually, no, because they're both going to be... No, I'm not doing it. Or am I? I'm not doing it. So Falcia and obviously Valeriya. And Dolores, Hollow, and Vortex. Hopefully, is my Vortex geared? Hang on. Okay, he has got some gear on. All right, remember it's test server, so yeah, things get messy on here. Let's have a little look. Let's go in. Again, it is only Nightmare 3. I'm sorry it's not Nightmare 4, but testing like this is not exactly easy to do when it's just 1v1. It just gives you some sort of insight on how she works. So let's put it at ×1. Obviously, we're going to put her in here, and she will benefit from obviously the defense down as well that Valeriya is going to provide. So we'll put a hollow in here for rage regeneration, etc. And vortex in here. She is, though, going to gain an extra 20% from vortex shield. She will gain 20% extra from that. So, like, I mean, coming straight in, would you want to quickly proc this, or would you wait for the first shield? It's probably best to wait for the first shield, as it's not long into the battle. Obviously, you get Dolores then, etc. So it's on the next proc, isn't it? After this impact, we then get our shield. So we'll start to proc. If we look at the damage numbers a moment, I'm going to switch the camera. I can't see it like that. Jeez. So the purple is Falcia, and the white is physical damage. So that's Valeriya, and I believe the true damage comes up like an orangey color. When is she at? There, she's in Demon Slayer stance now. So we can see she's in Demon Slayer. You start to see the extra damage there at 28k when she is actually critting for 30,000 and 31k from her magic and normal attack damage. So it's a tricky one. It doesn't crit. It just deals straight through attack. Which means, would it just be better to just build her pure attack or not? Obviously, it does build up fast. Her rage generation is fast. She's been ready a little while. You're probably like, why aren't you clicking it, Carzak? Why aren't you clicking it? Well, because when we're in Guild Boss, we need a rotation. We need a rotation, right? So if we get out of a rotation, things can get messy. So let's just use on this phase. When he next goes into his shield, we'll trigger our ultimates. And then after that, I'm going to trigger her ultimate again, just to see how it sort of works out. So it should be after this meteorite impact. Here it comes, the shield. So let's trigger our Dolores. Let's trigger our Falcia. Let's trigger our Valeriya. Let's put a shield. Oh, she's already got a shield there. Okay. Let's trigger our hollow. And we can see these figures. 42k in true damage. And she's getting 100k crits, right? Or 60k there now. Dolores is still going though, so... Yeah, I mean, that's all Falcia. Okay, but she's up to 74% now, 76. She's getting close to her ultimate. So, like, would you want to... I guess, well, let's see, Valeriya's only... She's close already herself. But then you've got to think, wow, do I trigger my Dolores? You don't really want to, do you? You want to save that. In fact, Hollow would be ready soon, so we could probably trigger it for a moment. We'll save Valeriya because she takes a while to build up. Let's see if Hollow can boost her round. So Hollow boosts her round. 58%. She's nearly built up again. Here comes the shield. Is it? Shield time. So we're a little bit out on our Dolores, which you would need to work against. But it's not too bad, is it? So you potentially, you could be triggering off an ultimate after, obviously, she's done this one. And getting 2 in that space. But you would need to be using Hollow, which you should be anyway in Guild Boss. Trigger Hollow again for that rage generation. Falcia is ready. Dolores, Valeriya. And we're going to see the numbers in a moment. Don't forget, she is getting an extra 20% damage boost from this shield as well. Also, that's why she was dealing more damage earlier. She went from like 60 up to 100. Okay, Valeriya just died just at the end there. So let's have a little look here at the damage figures. Don't forget that Valeriya also is putting on defense down on the enemy. So that's also... Is it defense down or is it damage taken? I think it's damage taken. So let's have a little look here. So Valeriya is at 22.2 million. Falcia is at 21.6 million. However, Valeriya is a 5. Falcia is a 0. Granted, okay. So let's have a little look to see what happens in a minute. I'm just going to snip that for my own records a moment. Snip that and put that to the side. And then we're going to go and quickly make her to a 3. A3. She will get an extra 5% attack. She will get that. I can't see that making a huge. I mean, the main difference she's going to be getting is from A3, the attack interval. Don't forget, it is a test server. Yes, I know. We all wish we had that many legendary stones. I know. So she will buff herself with a shield now. That'll be interesting to see how big that shield is, actually. We are going to A3 because her A4 and A5 aren't going to make a huge difference to her. Yes, she will get an extra 8% crit rate. Yes, she will be immune to death, but that's not going to be huge for us here. Remember, neither of these our allies have artifacts on. You know, things would start to change them, but this is just based on gear. However, Valeriya, I wouldn't say has as good a gear as Falcia, so we need to bear that in mind as well. I know in the last video you guys was like, yeah, what you need to make them exactly the same kind of thing, but it's not easy to make them exactly the same. Okay, we don't get given gear that we can make them exactly the same. So let's throw her here. Let's throw her here, and let's test this A3. And we are going to go straight in with an ultimate here for our Falcia. So let's go straight in with that ultimate here, and let's have a look at a damage a moment. 32, 30, 30. She is attacking. She will be attacking at 0.8 now. I wonder if that shows in the hero stats. I wonder if it does. So she is starting to catch up on her ultimate. Here comes the shield. Here comes the shield. So we're going to start doing our stuff. She's also got a little shield there. And she has procced within this. She has procced within this as well. So she does catch up, so we can use it twice. And that should probably show in her damage reflection in this video. We're not going to pop our Dolores, but we will pop our Falcia again, right? That's what we said we're going to do. So we're going to try that. Pop our Falcia. Again, it's hard to know when she's in that demon slaying stance. Wait, is it when her sword glows red? I don't know. We're nearly there on her ultimate. Valeriya did break the shield, but she's triggering hers now as well. You can see 70k true damage in there. So it was a little bit more than the crit damage then. So arguably, is attack better than actual crit damage amount? As long as you have that crit rate, you need to ask yourself. So she is going to be ready with another attack, which will trigger again. Please. Again, it's the rotation. She seems to be falling behind. Yeah, she is quite a bit behind now, isn't she? So again, you could argue that, wow, Valeriya is getting that buff from Dolores. But she is getting the buff. She is getting her attack off in the time that Dolores ends her ultimate for that attack boost. So she is still getting that even when she triggers her ultimate. But again, as well, it's hard to know when exactly she is in Demon Slaying. You need to be watching everything. So it would be nice to have like that on hand. If it just put a little icon above her head, maybe. She is getting this 20% damage boost from a shield as well when it's active. Which at A1, she does seem to proc that quite nicely when entering Demon Slaying. That's actually a good way to tell, isn't it? When she procs her shield. But if you have a shielder on your team, then that can be tough. Okay, so let's look at the damage. Valeriya did 22.2 in the previous one. Falcia did 21.66. So, what do we do here now? Okay. Similar, because Valeriya still did 21.9, so she did like a couple 100k less. And Falcia did push out 27.3 million this time. So she has risen by what, like just under 6 million, 5.7 million. But again, we was popping her ultimates in between each wave, and on the previous one we only did it at the end. So I mean, take it for what you do. She is doing good damage. She's definitely good for Guild Boss. There's no doubt about that she's good for Guild Boss. But does she fit in the meta? Can we remove someone to put a Falcia in. Arguably, if you don't have the best Guild Boss team, Falcia is going to definitely help your Guild Boss team. However, those of you who do have the meta kind of Guild Boss team, are you going to find a spot? Who are you going to take out to put Falcia into it? And that's a question you need to ask yourself when you're summoning. The majority of people will need Falcia, but the minority not so much. So she does do good Guild Boss damage. She will be useful in Artifact Raid. But again, this was a Falcia at A3. You would definitely want to really have her at A1 to make the most use out of her. But as I said before, does that increase her attack interval, or decrease it, sorry, in the stats shown now, being Awaken 3? It doesn't. Okay, so when in battle, it would be 0.8. It would be 20% minus the attack interval. So hopefully that's answered some of your questions. Do you want to go for Falcia or not? You've seen her in action. Remember, neither of our heroes had artifacts equipped. And remember that also Falcia was benefiting from vulnerability to physical damage. So physical damage taken is plus 20%. However, we should say as well that Falcia does do magic damage and true damage, so only one form of her damage was taking effect. If you had vulnerability to physical damage and magical damage, she'd be getting more from that. So that's another way to look at it too. I do like her. I think she's a good hero. She looks great. I love the dual blades. The dual swords look fantastic. Oh, I mean, Jesus, she's got 3. Oh, wait, so when she's in Demon Slaying, does she bring this out? Or does she bring these out when she... Okay, whatever, I don't know. But she's definitely a good hero. There's no doubt about that. But do you want to pull for her? She is only limited. She is only in an event banner. So if you miss her now, then you won't be able to get her for a long time. Same as Reeve. So remember that as well. So let me know your thoughts. Do you like this kind of showcase? Is it helpful towards you understanding a hero? Does it help you decide if you want to summon or not? And was you happier with the comparison this time against Valeriya? I know I did Kriya against Karmet, and a few of you, not too many, wasn't very happy with the way that those two were shown. But the gear was much more matched. I mean, she does have higher attack bonus, but again, the gear isn't like huge. Okay, so the stats were similar. I mean, obviously, Valeriya had more crit damage. She had more crit damage, but she had a lot less attack. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a fantastic day, even wherever you are. Goodbye.